Hey everyone, Happy New Year. I hope you had an amazing 2025 and I hope your 2026 is even better. Now, you may be looking at a new camera and you may be looking at the Fujifilm X-T5, but you may be asking yourself, is it good enough in 2026? First of all, yes it is. But it also depends what are you going to be using it for. Now, to be honest, it's no secret that I am a huge fan of Fujifilm. I started my wedding film career on their cameras, and all of my other video work outside of weddings is shot on their cameras as well. Now, when it comes to video, is the X-T5 my first choice? No, but when it comes to photos, it definitely is. Now, to be honest, I love the Fujifilm color science so much that for the last year or so, I stopped editing my photos. Because honestly, I really feel like I didn't need to. Only recently I started to edit my photos again, and that is because I'm looking to start selling prints once more. Now, outside the color science, I love the retro look of the X-T5. It's reminiscent of the old film cameras, which honestly makes sense because Fujifilm was one of the first photography companies outside of Kodak and Nikon and maybe another company as well that I'm not sure of. Now, this camera is perfect for traveling. It's small, it's compact, and with its shutter speed and ISO dials, when you're shooting, it's almost like you're using an old film camera, and that would make this camera so special. Now, this camera does have a 40 megapixel sensor, which is perfect because, especially for me, because I actually like to crop in on my photos. And since I am cropping in quite a bit, I'm not worried about losing all that resolution and detail because I do have that high megapixel count. Now, since this camera came out in November of 2022, like I said, you may be asking yourself, is it still good enough to compete with what's out now? And honestly, yes. Just because the camera is old, do not mean that the image quality is bad. Especially since this camera does come with Fuji's film simulations. And these aren't your normal horrible camera profiles. These simulations are actually based off real film stock. And even outside of what Fuji offer, you have the Fuji X Weekly app and website that have a plethora of different recipes that emulate real film, even something like Kodak. Now, another reason why I stay with Fujifilm is because their cameras are gorgeous, they're fun to shoot with, and they actually inspire me to go out and shoot. I mean, let's be honest, I use these cameras during snowstorms, I use them during hot ass days in Las Vegas and Georgia, I used them in rainy ass days in Florida, even in Seattle, and honestly, they just work. Now, before we wrap this up, I want to say that 2026 will be a year of me creating stuff for me. I will be doing more photo walks, shooting more passion projects, shooting more commercials, traveling more, networking more. I have a short film that I am shooting. I'm done with the script. I have to revise the script before I move on to pre-production. And honestly, this year will just be full of shit that I want to do. And honestly, your year should look the same. I'm also relaunching my Beans and Art podcast, and that podcast focuses specifically on creators and artists. I'll be filming the first episode in 2 weeks, and then about a week later, I'll release it. I'll release part of it here on YouTube, but I'll release the full podcast in my community that I renamed the Creator Community. I changed the name of the community because, like I said, I want to add more stuff like BTS and full podcast interviews, and honestly, anything else I could come up with. Now, the link is still the same. You could click it below. It's free to join, and honestly, you'll probably have fun being there. And that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like. If you have any questions, leave a comment below, and I'll see you in the next one. And make sure you subscribe.